Alright folks, this is Acid Roots. So, as you can see, we're fighting Rick Bruiser again. And here's the whole thing, by the end of this episode, he's going to be face down on the mat. So it's your guess as far as what you think and how I'm going to beat this guy, but I do wind up eventually doing it. So I was pretty proud, just because I was thinking, this may not have turned out the way I wanted to, but regardless, we're going to get the Nick Bruiser in the next episode, and this guy goes down. So that's kind of the thing. I mean, honestly, I had to look up some techniques as far as how to beat this guy, because I don't think I ever would have on like a normal trajectory without studying some techniques. So there's a number of things to really help boost like your defenses against this guy. Like that move that he does right there, he does about every 15 seconds. So he does a body punch and then a face punch and then an uppercut. And if you can dodge that, you can basically figure out most of his techniques. The only real thing that really whips my ass most of the time is just when he does that uppercut / elbow drop thing. That's a little bit tough to predict, but every other technique I've basically got down about maybe over 60-65% of the time. But it's not going to seem like that for the first few minutes. I had to kind of get used to it. But I wish I wouldn't have lost as many times to this guy, because I would have liked to have fought Nick Bruiser a few more times. But I'll definitely come back to this tomorrow. And I've been talking with Cobalt about some things that are getting ready to happen on Acidic Roots and Frenchy Talent channels. So we've got some stuff over there that's going on, but I just have to get over, we're just going to get through a few more days, and then I'm basically going to get started with that. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to beat this game. It would be really amazing if I could beat this game like tomorrow. I mean, I have one more opponent. Problem with it is me, not being here to practice this game means I could lose the skill set on how to do it. And the thing about this game, you have to play it often. That's kind of the thing, is I've got shit, this is a busy month. And that's kind of the thing, just talking about things outside of just Acid Roots or Acidic Roots. It's busy month, and it's summer on top of that. It's hot, it's blisteringly hot out. There's people everywhere. Particularly where I live in Missouri, there's a bunch of COVID cases going on. So coronavirus from last year is still pretty rampant. But I would just have to say, as long as you have the vaccine, not to sound all political about it, but definitely the vaccine is gonna keep it out of harm's way. But the thing about it is even our governor of Missouri got COVID, and I'm surprised that he's not being a stronger advocate for this sort of thing. But yeah, so back to the game. Yeah, it's mostly just technique watching. I mean, I suppose I'm gonna have to keep fighting this guy just because that's the only way to get to Nick Bruiser, of course. So eventually I'm gonna wind up whipping this guy pretty much into shape like I've been whipping Narcissus Prince and Hoy Corlo the way I have. So this guy is just going to be opponent number 3 that just gets his ass kicked over and over and over and over. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer, though, to finally wind up beating Nick Bruiser, because I'm excited to do it. I mean, I'm really looking forward to kind of beating this game. I know the reception, I don't know where it's going to turn. It's more of like, to me it doesn't seem like an empty victory, but for onlookers they may be like, oh, you got 4 views, so blah blah blah. But yeah, I'm just like, I was proud of being able to beat Blackthorn last year. This is another game that's kind of in that list that just showcases a real skillful territory as far as being able to do it. So I'm almost thinking about trying Uniracers. I kind of like that game, but I don't know how tricky it would be. If I can't beat it like without cheats or something like that, I'm probably not gonna really mess with it. But it just seemed like a pretty ignored game, kind of like this game in Blackthorn. There's just a number of them that need to be kind of messed with, but it just blows that there's not more stuff about those games. That's kind of, but obviously I'm talking about a game that I probably won't do until winter. But we're still nose deep into this game right now. I mean, I'm definitely going to have, like I was saying, I'm going to have to really get used to fighting Rick Bruiser, but I really I mean, you're going to see Nick Bruiser make short work of me in the next episode, so get ready for that. So, but yeah, Rick Bruiser is pretty weak to body blows. That's the thing. I find that I managed to really knock this guy around once I kind of start doing body blows and stuff. I mean, if all else fails, you don't need special actually to beat this guy as much as you do other. I mean, his defense is not blisteringly high like Narcissus Prince. He takes hits, and his gut just really seems to kind of be like the emphasis there. So that's just what you have to kind of notice. So, yeah. And the best part of all is just the fact that he doesn't go off to the opposite side like Hoy Corlo and Nick Bruiser. So, yeah, that gives you more opportunity to kind of knock this guy around a bit, because he's pretty stinking tough. I mean, that's the whole thing about this asshole. Both these guys kind of are, so really showcases. I mean, it's basically like a very prideful thing to be able to beat this game. So, but I'm also trying to figure out what else I want to do on the side. So I have Spanglish with Adam Sandler and Téa Leoni lying on my floor that I got from the library, and I'm trying to decide if I want to watch that. I mean, if I'm not, I'm going to have to take it back, but I did have Die Hard, and I was kind of thinking about watching that, but I just wasn't in the mood. I was going to do a movie commentary on it and post it on this channel, but I kind of lost interest, and it was like, eh. It was the same thing that happened with like another movie, like I was going to do Speed, but I haven't been in the mood to do movie commentaries. They haven't really been electric enough to really make me want to do them. I've just been playing Super Nintendo games and trying to figure out something else to do. I thought about doing Sonic the Hedgehog. I've thought about doing, like, you know, other things, but... So, one of the big things that bugs me about fighting this Rick Bruiser guy is just the fact that when he does those uppercuts, he's difficult to hit. I mean, he sometimes lunges so far that he goes off of the trajectory of you being able to hit him. Like I just tried to right there and it didn't work. So, yeah. So, yep. So we just have to be vigilant. That's like the main thing there is just trying to say that. I'm just kind of... I don't know if this fight is actually going to... Well, I think I lose to him at least one more time just because this fight would be over in 3 minutes. So yeah. You're looking at one more time of me fighting this guy before something else changes. But... I'll tell you, those pointers or those tutorials on how to fight these guys really helped. I mean, I don't want to say that they... I mean, obviously, even with the tutorial, you can't give them 100% credit because you do have the skill set of being able to apply it. Just like reading a manual. I mean, you are the one who does it, but you still have to give some thanks to the people that helped you out and gave you the pointers. Because otherwise, I probably would not have had any sort of... Like I said, any sort of road to being able to do this. So, but yeah, those special attacks really kind of whip this guy's ass, and that's like the thing is, but I'm glad for what I have here. You gotta understand that there's not much room for error with Nick Bruiser. That's the thing. I mean, you're gonna find yourself fighting these assholes over and over and over and over and over again, just to contend with Nick Bruiser for like maybe a couple minutes or something, or a few, even 10-15 seconds. I mean, honestly, there's a technique that he uses that makes it easy, but it's just kinda... I know I'm gonna have to get used to it, and that's the main thing. So, but at least it's doable. I mean, I'll tell you, like 4, 5, 6 days ago when I first fought Rick Bruiser, I didn't think this game was doable. I thought I was gonna have to use like Game Genie or something like that, which I didn't want to do, but I wanted to have enough technique to be able to, you know, kind of I wanted to be able to have enough technique to you know, figure this game out, because it's a prideful game. So I'm just kind of wandering off and talk here and kind of losing my train of thought, but yeah, so I am hungry. Had some Arby's the other day, and that felt good. Been kind of on the health tip lately, but it feels damn good to have some Arby's and kind of get back into, like, just having some tasty stuff here and such. So I need to go to Walmart and get some more food. So, kind of losing my train of thought and shit. Okay, this is the next part where we actually beat this guy, so get ready to say goodbye to Rick Bruiser, because from now on, every pretty much episode after this is going to be Nick Bruiser until we win. And then honestly, then that's it. Then it's c'est la vie. So that's kind of the thing. It's just it's been a nice little boxing summer. You know, I've had fun with this, but you know, I want to get this show on the road, like Mad Clown says. That can be blocked. I mean, that's kind of the thing. It doesn't hurt to block most of his attacks. I mean, I think the only real person that it hurts to block is this Nick Bruiser, so they don't pull out those tricks quite yet. So don't be afraid to block. If you see a block that you can do, then do it. So those uppercuts are really difficult to dodge, though. I mean, I noticed the tutorial where he kind of showed how easily he was weaving between those, but it is not that simple to, you know, kind of avoid.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So much plans for this year, I don't even know what to do. I just have ideas festering. I don't know if you ever had that before, but most of the time people complain about writer's block, but I kind of wonder what the opposite of that is. Like, what would it be? Writer's, you know, tunnel or something? Writer's something, you know? Writer's turbo, you know, some shit like that. But glad for the ability to be able to keep having these ideas, but this is kind of yeah, just like I said with the Uniracer stuff, is I am slowly but surely starting to run out of Super Nintendo games to do, and I don't really want to move to the Sega Genesis, because I know I'd have more of a nightmare with those games than I am with these. I mean, this game isn't a nightmare, but it's just kind of, you know, I mean, a lot of these really test your patience. So whip this guy. He's gonna get some beatdowns for like the last several fights, homie. Time. Think you're in a lofty position. I'm gonna whip you and your brother. Alright, so I would have liked to have finished him with the special, but good enough. Alright, so subscribe for more fun. Stay tuned for next time we'll fight Nick Bruiser. And have a wonderful night.